before I sort of get into the youngsters, how do you think them sort of, I don't want to say giving up on John Wall, but just deciding that John Wall is not a part of this team, what does that do to the primary playmaker pecking order for a roster that, even with John Wall, was sort of hard up for, yeah, there are guys who could generate their own shots, but who can elevate the play of the teammates around them with their table setting. They just don't have a ton of options. Are they going to default to leaning hard on a veteran like DJ Augustin, or do we see KPJ get more reps at point
Yeah.
guard this year? What is the impact of now not having John Wall there on their sort of floor general vision?
Yeah, the Rockets are sending a pretty clear message here in that they view Kevin Porter Jr. as their point guard of the future, right? Like
Wow.
they think that they think he is the guy at that position for them. And listen, I really like his playmaking. Like what he did last season when he came to Houston as a passer, I just thought was really impressive. And I didn't know he had that in his game, to be honest. Like he got the James Harden comparisons in college. I just thought that was weird. I didn't see that with him. But in terms of the passing, I definitely do see his position in the NBA headed in that direction. He was viewed as the shooting guard, small forward prospect, and that's kind of what Cleveland used him as. And I thought that was kind of the wrong way to use him. I thought that was kind of putting him in a box. He played 0% of his minutes in 2019 at point guard. Like, you're not going to try it. Like, I get you got Con Sexton and Darius Garland there, but you got to at least see what he can do with the ball in his hands. And I like that Houston right away when he got there. Like, he obviously spent his time in the G League with the Vipers. Then when it became pretty clear that he was an NBA player, they made him a starting point guard. And I think that's kind of what they envisioned for him. Um, I think Jalen Green again, like, I think Jalen Green as a playmaker has a lot of room to grow. So the Rockets really need to figure out, like, what kind of playmaker do we put next to him? And I'm guessing that this is kind of their first stab at, like, can this guy be our solution to playmaking? We'll see. His assist to turnover ratio last year was god awful. He's really bad defensively, and the shooting efficiency is actually not as good as many people think. Right, he has a lot of areas to improve as a basketball player. Like, he shot like 53% true shooting last season. He turned the ball over like 4 times per 36 minutes, and that was again like on 7 assists per 36 minutes. It's not great, um, but if he put in the work this summer, I am intrigued to see it. Like, I think he does deserve a spot in the early betting most improved conversation because of the role the Rockets are going to give him and the amount of minutes he's going to play. Uh, I think as far as playmaking on the roster, I mean, who else is a playmaker on the roster besides Kevin Porter Jr. and DJ Augustin? I don't see it. Like, it's I don't think they're going to ask Dante Exum to do it. I don't think they're going to
Right.
ask Alperen Şengün to do it. It's going to be him. It's going to be him and DJ Augustin, and we'll see how that works out for them.